Phil, we both watched Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story. And you watched it when? Last week? 2 weeks?
I watched it last week on Tuesday.
You went in theaters?
Yes.
Okay. I watched
Such a
it
good experience.
today on Netflix in my room.
Sounds like you hate movie theaters.
Huh? Look, man, when you got a busy schedule and Netflix hates the theaters, you can't really go and just watch it wherever.
You know what? That's valid.
Let's give our spoiler-free reviews of Wake Up Dead Man. We'll talk about it for a bit, and we will be very clear when we talk about spoilers, because there are things to spoil 1,000,000%.
Yep.
So, Phil, who wants to go first? Should I go first?
Are we giving our number score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I go first? I'll go first.
You go first.
All right. I watched Wake Up Dead Man. This is a hard review for me. Because I'm conflicted. I feel like I say that a lot. I'm always conflicted on numbers.
That's valid, though.
Numbers confuse me.
Yeah.
Right? The truth is, this movie is incredible. The truth is, this movie is fantastic. This movie is shot insanely.
Yep.
Strong characters.
Yep.
Great writing. It captures, I'm going to say it. It captures the Christian faith, I think, fantastically. And that was something, to me as a Christian, that was very important. And I respected it wholeheartedly from every place. In the grossness of the people to the people that really make it shine, right? And the true purpose, him up there, all right? I'm giving this movie a high 9 out of 10. This is a strong contender for my top 3. I'm actually very conflicted right now. I was doing the Letterboxd thing, and I was like, I don't know. And it's killing me, Phil. It's killing me because I loved this movie so much. I was sitting there kicking my feet, giggling the whole time. You know, in the classic Knives Out way, when it's like, I'm not gonna spoil it, but when he gets to the end and he's just like kind of saying everything that happened, I get so excited. I'm like, oh, and that's what.
Yep.
Loved it. And then all to lead to that ending that I thought was amazing. It was a great movie, and I can't wait to talk more about it. But Phil, I want to hear what you say before I steal everything.
Yeah. So just off the bat, I'm at a high 8 out of 10.
Wow. Another classic Phil 8.
But I kind of do want to take it, and I need to rewatch it because I was talking with Tyler in the car, and some things in my head, like what we were talking about, and even like what like was said, really made me think. I think I like this movie more than I think it is. So I'm gonna watch it again and hopefully rank it higher. Yeah. But for now, it is a high 8 out of 10.
Wow.
But I was very impressed with this movie. Knives Out 1 and 2, I liked. I wasn't super in love with, but I liked and respected. This one made me really love the series. This one made me go, okay, I understand why there is a huge fandom. I understand why people die for this series. That movie was good. And I am so glad I watched it in theaters. At first on Tuesday, I'm thinking, man, I gotta really I gotta do this. I got some work I gotta handle. I got some editing to do. But then get in that theater and instantly all of that went away. All of that. Because I'm so locked in. And that's thanks to Josh O'Connor. He does such a good job in that movie. He's my favorite person in that movie. Judd, my bad. That's his character's
Josh
name.
O'Connor
Judd. He was so good in this movie, bro. Yeah. But yes, a high 8 out of 10. Highly suggest you guys watch it. If you can find a theater that plays it, please go see it. Please. My crowd was insane.
Are any theaters playing it anymore? I don't think they are.
Probably not because it's Netflix. Yeah. But I really loved watching it in theaters. That was my first time watching a Knives Out movie in theaters. I haven't seen a
Knives Out in theaters yet.
A lot of my friends have seen Knives Out movies in theaters. Yeah, this is my first one.
Dude, let's get into it. Let's just go. I'm gonna say it off the jump because I'm gonna spoil it. We're gonna go full spoilers.
Yep.
We're gonna go full spoilers. Let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about everything it does. I think here's the thing I hate. You know the thing I hate about reviewing movies I love is I feel like I'm always all over the place and I never know where to start. So Phil, where should we start?
That's tough, man. You know what? Because I really love this, I want to start with Judd's character being the narrator for most of it.
That's exactly where I want to start. I want to start with Josh O'Connor because I love him.
I really loved that most of the start was him narrating what's going on and him being like us getting to understand what type of character he is. And then I feel like that helps when Blanc eventually comes in and it's a perfect I don't even want to say it was a pass off to him because it's Josh
setup though.
Yeah, it's good setup because then it's not just one person we're watching in point of view, it's two. And I loved how they were both this is my favorite duo of the Knives Out series. They were my favorite.
Wow, better than Ana de Armas?
Really? Yes.
Wow, I agree.
Like, I was just so impressed, and I was like very like I was already tuned in, but then when Blanc came in, and then they're having that conversation about like, and that showed us more Judd's character, like him asking like him, well, what do you think about all this? What do you think about the church? And then like at first he gives him the answer he thinks he wants, and then Judd's like, come on, really tell me. And then boom, just goes out. He's like being honest, like, man, this is just it's just church. It's like this is more theatrics. This is more story. Like it's not real. Like. And I just really respected that, especially when Judd was like, okay, all right. And then, after that, I'm the detective. I'm investigating you. What?
I think something I really appreciate from this movie, I heard Ryan Johnson talk about it in an interview where he like talks about how he used to be a Christian and now he really isn't. Oh. So a big struggle for him making this movie was like sort of tapping back into that, like into the Christian faith and making sure that what he was doing was authentic and real and still worked in the context of the story. And I think a lot of the commentaries that he has on like Blanc says it, like homophobia, toxic masculinity are something that's very prevalent, and I think in the, more importantly, the church, very prevalent.
Big time.
I think the characterization of Josh Brolin's character is very much evident in the way he, like, you perceive him as like this big, powerful guy that's here to condemn you, and this all like, boom, you suck, oh, you're evil, whatever, all in an ability to like control a certain flock of people. And that's literally what he calls his group, a flock, right? It's not to bring people in; it's about keeping people in and excluding everyone else, right? Going against the world and not loving it. And Josh O'Connor was the exact opposite of that, where it's like, hey, that's not really the point. And I really appreciated seeing that contrast, because I think so many people, at least that I've talked to, like in my life, would see a movie like this and be like, oh, it's gonna be offensive, it's gonna be mean. And I'm like, no, this is not doing that at all. I would recommend so many people go watch this, like that are in the Christian faith, because it's like, dude, you are perfectly like balancing the two, like, I don't know what the word is, I'm just gonna say this might be wrong, dichotomies of like the Christian faith. You have one section that's very much like, be here for the world, others against. And I think that's so important when portraying a movie that's so centered around the church. You need that balance, because if you don't, then you're gonna tell a story that feels super one-sided and feels like it's telling you how to think. This movie doesn't do that at all. And I think it does a great job of portraying how it is to be a proper Christian and what that means in Josh O'Connor's character. And the issues with Josh Brolin's character in how that it's all about power and influence for him. That's not even us talking about the mystery, because the mystery is just as good.
That's why, that's just like the good thing about it, bro. Because then, you're listening to this one story that you're thinking, and the next thing you know, you're back into that mystery, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's a mystery we still got to figure out. And it stressed me out, bro.
What sold me on really fast Josh O'Connor's character so much, so perfectly, was the scene when he's talking to the lady on the phone.
Here we go.
And he's like, dude, okay, yeah, like, just, all right, cool, whatever. And she's like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And then like that conversation, bro. And then when it cuts to probably like hours later, and he's still praying with her, like, dude, you're killing it. Like, let's go. Like, this is so good. That was a standout scene for me. And it's definitely like the turn in the movie. It's like, oh, when his like entire like views are changing, like, I'm not really into this. Cool, awesome, super well done. I just loved that entire conversation with him and the girl, and I thought it was done so perfectly, so respectfully, so tastefully. And it just felt so authentic, and I really appreciated that.
Well, I just also love that scene because, I mean, prior to that, they were over here trying to find the stinking ruby. And the fact that the thing that took me out was, like, at the start of the movie, you're seeing him being really careful around certain things, like what he says and, like, how he's trying to be, like, very... Well, he's there for the church, but he's also trying to, like, not disrespect Jesus. So then when that scene came up, when Blanc's like, do you mind? And he smashes that Jesus statue, I think it was, or whatever it was, the model. And Judd just goes, yeah, go for it. I went, wait, what? So at first I was thinking, like, is it because of greed or like trying to find that ruby, or like is something else going on? So then when that call comes up, bro, that was perfect. Because then it's not just that, it's good that he was praying for the woman. That was perfect. But it was also a realization for him to realize, what the heck am I doing? I'm over here like trying to find a stinking ruby, like trying to like do something. Like, I smashed the Jesus. Like,
I think what it was is something that was so important is he walked out of that conversation realizing, hey, like, my job isn't to be trying to figure out who this is and condemning them. My job is to just like love everyone in their guilt, you know, the way that Jesus did.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that was like the switch up for him.
Yeah.
Where it was like, I'm looking for this person so we can get them arrested and they can spend life in prison or whatever, when really my job as a priest isn't to do that.
Yeah.
You know? I should be doing the exact opposite. And that realization comes with the phone call. And I just thought it was so perfect and it got me. I got a little emotional, not gonna lie. I was like, dude, just freaking do it. Just, this is perfect.
I just love how he got back into the church and he just started cleaning everything up.
Yeah, like he gets serious. He's like, you know what? I know my mission is.
He's like, I lost track.
Yeah, 100%. And then you see that at the end of the movie when he sort of finally makes the church his own. And it's like, this is my place now.
Such a good scene, bro.
Here's my one issue with the movie. And I think it's something that I think the second one does super well. And it's something that the first one does perfectly. The first one is so good at having a very strong mystery and a very strong cast of characters.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has a strong personality. Everyone's there. Everyone's funny. Like, they're all super like, oh, yeah, like, oh, I'm that person. Or, oh, I like that character. That character's funny. I think this movie, the characters don't really shine as much. I think this movie is very much focused on the mystery and a lot of the, like, religious, like, focuses, like, in terms of, like, the mystery and everything. I think it's very focused on that. I don't think Kerry Washington and Mila Kunis and outside of Josh Brolin, I'm trying to think of the rest of the
Glenn
Kaylee
Close.
Spacey. Yeah, them. I feel like they don't. Jeremy Renner. I don't think they get enough time to shine because I don't think the story's trying to represent them in a way that the other two did. Where Knives Out 2, dude, those personalities are crazy. Like Dave Bautista's like every character just shines much, but I think the mystery was a little bit more lacking. Even though I like Knives Out 2 actually a lot. I think it's pretty good.
I really like Knives Out.
Knives Out 1 has probably the best balance of the two. I think this one has the strongest mystery for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That kept me guessing literally the whole time.
Big
I was
time.
so confused up until the end, and I was like, oh, it makes all the sense in the world.
Yep. So then let's should we talk about the mystery?
The mystery, yeah.
So the murder.
There's been a murder.
Pastor gives a message. Pastor passes it on to Josh O'Connor, Judd's character.
Just freaking dies.
Pastor goes into the corner. Pastor dies. But it's hidden from everybody's eyes. Dies.
What
eyes.
happened?
Boom, I'm rhyming.
There's been a murder.
What did you think actually happened when it first happened?
I don't know. Dude, can I be honest? One, I had a final today. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I was not thinking. Even when I was trying to, I was just like, I bought into the whole, there was a knife machine that shot it. And yeah, no, that makes the most sense probably. I really didn't know. I was actually pretty confused. Usually I'm pretty good with stuff like this, like things click. And in this movie, things were clicking. I was noticing weird things happening, but I wasn't catching on to what was happening at all. So it made it perfect when Blanc is explaining everything. I was like, oh my gosh, oh yeah, that's right. So can I be honest? I don't know. I really didn't know what was gonna happen. I was so lost the entire time. I was like, I'm just gonna go with the ride and enjoy it. What did you think happened?
I was kind of the same way, except I was thinking there was a secret door. But then when they kept on going on and talking about, oh yeah, the old like secret door, the old robotic like trap arm, or like there was somebody there, I was like, but then again, nobody moved. Like there was nobody missing. Like everybody was there, and I'm thinking, like maybe he was just passed out, and like I don't know. I was just very like, this was one where I was really like, no, like this actually does seem like it just happened.
I feel like what these movies do so good is I always know who it is immediately. I'm like, oh, it's probably that person. And then as it goes, I'm like, no, I don't know anymore.
Exactly.
Like I'm lost. And then it comes back and you're like, oh, I was right. What? That's insane. Like there's so much more layers. The first one with Chris Evans, I'm like, so obviously him.
I knew
like, come
it was
on.
him from the
But then like you explain everything and you're like, whoa, I just guessed. I didn't even actually know. The second one, even then, like Edward Norton being the one. And I'm like, well, I knew that. But also, whoa, there's so many more layers to you with everything that's going on. So to this one where you sort of figure it out, but it isn't even like a matter of who did the murder. It's no, there's this other plot happening in the background that you're like are slowly unraveling. They give you the pieces for it, but you're not focusing on it because it's trying to figure out who killed this guy.
Yeah.
But really there's, hey, what's the deal with this like gem that they talked about? What this fortune that they're talking about at the beginning? That's probably gonna come back later.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the deal with like all the papers and like everything is like in this like weird story about the something whore. I don't remember what they called her.
Oh yeah, the woman.
Yeah, the woman.
Was
though.
that it? Was that her aunt or her sister? Martha.
It was the priest before's daughter.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Josh
Brolin's mom. Okay.
And yeah, so like that, and like they give you all these things, and there's so much you don't have a whole lot of time to process everything because other things are popping up. So yeah, I wasn't even too concerned on the murder. I knew the whole like grave thing, the big like I forgot what they called it, but the big like grave that they had.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna come back when they mentioned that you can break it from the inside.
Yep.
I figured that there's things like that I figured mystery, clueless, but I loved it, and the reveal was so good, and I liked what they did with Blanc, where he sort of figures it out, obviously, but even he is like,
I don't know.
But also no, because he knows, but the priest rubs off on him. He's like, no, I want to extend enough grace for the person that did it to confess.
Yep.
Because I know exactly who it is. And then you get that moment where she confesses, and it's the old lady, who would have guessed, the old super nice Catholic lady. That's exactly who I guessed in the beginning. I don't know, it just made the most sense.
Oh, okay.
But that's who I guessed, but I was, again, unsure immediately, where I was like, never mind, I don't know anymore. So I'm gonna
I
stop
guess
thinking.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah,
I go the
fair.
MCU
And you
route.
still were kind of right. You were still kind of right. So I think with the mystery sort of unraveling into more about a story about greed and how people will do anything for money.
Yep.
I feel like that was a more interesting story than the murder, and I liked that Rian Johnson's able to make it fresh. Like he's really good at making these movies feel different. And I think it's not just because of setting. I think it's also because it's not always just about a murder.
Yeah.
It's about something else usually.
Exactly.
And I mean, the first one was also about greed, I think, right? Yeah, because they're trying to get whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to get his fortune, but I think that was the main thing. With this one, I do like how, yes, it is about greed, but it's also about like, greed and
power,
them trying to
influence. Because her reason for killing Josh Brolin was like, oh, we're gonna stage this whole resurrection thing, and it's gonna make our church blow up.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that was so impressive, man. Like yes, the mystery, but the story overall, very well done. It seemed super complicated. Like I was just so impressed with certain moments, certain switches, certain like I think what screwed me up was when they go into the house, and correct me if I'm wrong, that was Jeremy Renner's character's house, right? And you go, there's the little tub.
Such an awesome shot, by the way.
Yeah, very awesome. But I was like, wait, so was he actually alive?
Yeah, I know.
I actually felt like I screwed up. I was like, nah. Like, because at first when he walked out, I was thinking, no, that's not him. That's not him. But I was actually thinking like he actually was alive for a little bit. Maybe they shocked him back to life and he was good. But I was like very screwed up at that moment. Like very. I felt like I didn't know anything.
Yeah, and I think the movie does such a good job with flashbacks too, where sometimes it's like, oh, this is what I think happened, and they'll show you like how they showed Josh O'Connor stabbing the priest. It's like maybe that's what happened. They do that a couple times to like really make you like sort of get all over the place and get lost in sort of some of the mystery until it sort of all wraps up. But I loved the ending a lot when obviously the lady, the old lady, like confesses to everything she did. I'm forgetting her name. I'm bad with names. Martha. And they find the gem. She has it.
Yep.
My favorite line in this whole movie, and I geeked a little bit, was when Josh Brolin's son is like, I'm going to sue you for everything. I'm going to find that gem. I know you have it. Eddie Roof, whatever. And he's talking about all the money he wants. And then Josh O'Connor's character hits him with your inheritance is in Jesus. To freaking cut back to him making it. And I'm like, he put it in the statue. He put it in the cross. And I was like, you cheeky little boy. I love you.
I laughed and everybody died in the theater when it just zooms in on the cross and it shows that little sparkle and it shows Ruby, and I just died. I was like,
perfect,
bro.
So perfect.
So, oh my gosh.
Is this the best Knives Out movie?
To me, yes.
Oh, yeah, actually you said that. I don't know if it is because I don't remember the other two super well. I remember really liking them. This is probably the one that I remember liking the most, so I'm going to assume I think it's the best one. But, like, I watched the first one years ago. I watched the second one on a plane during COVID. You think I remember it? Not really. The third one, though, like, this one will stick, I think. And I'm like, yeah, I want him to make these movies forever.
Yes.
They're so good. There's so many places you can go. They're so creative. I trust him so much. I think he's great. Bring him back to Star Wars, honestly. I just trust him now. Maybe he was right. Maybe freaking being different. He actually made a comment about this fairly recently. He was like, I think the worst thing people have done to Star Wars is that they've been so scared of change. And I'm like, you're so right. You're so freaking right. But that's a different conversation.
Nah, but yeah. So how would you rank these movies 1 through 3?
Number 3 is gonna be at third is 2. Second is 1. 1 is 3.
Okay.
And I think it's look, people hate on 2. I actually hear a weird amount of hate for 2. I actually really like 2. I thought it was really good, well shot. It was pretty looking, and I like the cast a lot too. Everyone is so funny in that movie.
Yep.
I don't really see. I think it's because the first one is so damn good.
Yeah.
Nothing was gonna the second one was not gonna live up to the first one, and that's just the truth.
That's what I think.
I think the best part about 3 is it has enough distance away from 1 where it can sort of stand on its own, and I think that shines now because people are like, oh yeah, this is just insanely good, and I think that's why people are liking this one more. Where I think if maybe these two were flipped. Actually, no, maybe not. I think this movie is just really quality. So I'm gonna push back to what I just said. I think this movie is just so damn good. It's so creative, and I loved it so much. And it's up there for one of my favorite movies this year.
Yeah, I'll put it up there. I mean, for me, if I was doing 1, 2, 3, I'd go Wake Up Dead Man at 1, Glass Onion at 2, Knives Out 1 at 3. That's how I would do it.
You know what drove me insane? I was actually mad how much I liked it because now I have to redo my top 10 projects of the year list. I have to reorganize things.
That's the best, though. That's the best feeling, man.
Dude, I'm debating on putting this movie at 2. I just saw my movies alone. Movies alone. I'm not spoiling anything from my list. Just movies alone. I'm debating it to be above Sinners. I don't know that yet, though. I'm actually so conflicted right now. And then it made me think do I not like Sinners as much as I remember? And I'm like, wait, maybe I should put Thunderbolts. And this is the problem where I could just leave the list alone and be fine. Now this movie came out, I'm rethinking everything.
Hey, good job, critic.
Oh, it sucks.
Good job, critic.
It sucks. But it was fun. I love the movie so much and it was great.
Hey, keep doing what you do, Ryan Johnson.
Doing what you're doing.
For real. That was unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Unbelievably good.
Again, I really appreciate the respect for the the religious perspective. I appreciate that respect a lot. It's one of my favorite things when I think in media it's portrayed very well without it being disrespectful. I think of Daredevil a lot. Daredevil does it insanely.
Season
It's one of my favorite. Season 3 specifically. But just in general, I like that confliction so much with Matt. I think a random one that sort of makes it more of a mythos, but I just appreciate it still is Full Metal Alchemist. It deals with that super well. There's a lot of things that I just always deeply appreciate more because of the way it's able to tackle that.
Yeah.
And I thought this is a great example of oh yeah, they get it.